Some frequently asked questions about Startup Weekend. Can I pitch something that I've been working on for a long time? And the answer is no. If you're going to pitch something during the pitching session, it needs to be something that you really haven't done that much work on. If you've cut a single line of code or done a single design or have a single customer, then you're too late for Startup Weekend. Startup Weekend is about taking ideas from zero through to executing business. So please don't pitch stuff that you've already been working on. Can you pitch 2 ideas? And the answer is no. We have 100 people in the room, and if everyone pitched multiple ideas, it would take forever. So just pick your best one. What if your idea is not selected in the end? What's going to happen is after you're all done doing your 1-minute pitches, or the people who are doing 1-minute pitches are finished doing them, you're all going to have to organically form teams and figure out which of those ideas are the ones that you want to go ahead and work on. And some people are going to not have their ideas as one of those, and it's really sad, but it's real life. Not everybody likes your idea. You're going to have to work on somebody else's idea. Some people may have the throw their toys out of the cot syndrome and think, well, they're not going to do my idea. I'm just going to go home. I urge you, please do not do that. Don't go home. Join somebody else's team. You will acquire an amazing number of skills, even working on somebody else's idea and not your own. In fact, you might learn more working on somebody else's idea than you would on your own. And just as an aside, if you're thinking of leaving Startup Weekend this weekend for any reason at all, please come see me first. It's really important to the organizers to know, why it is that people are unhappy or dissatisfied. We want to try to make everyone happy and find the right group of people for you to work with. But please, if you are going to leave, come and see me first and have a chat to me about that. Can you work on your idea if it isn't selected? And the answer is, well, only if you can put a team around it. And so we have a minimum team size of 3, a maximum team size of 9. You need 3 people to work on an idea to go ahead. Can you use any pitch props or anything during your 1-minute pitch? And the answer is no. I mean, well, you can if you have something with you that you can just show, then that's great. You can't use PowerPoint or anything that's going to take any length of time to set up. Those are the official Startup Weekend FAQs. I added some of my own. The question always comes up, what about my intellectual property? And my answer to this is, well, it's better out than in. Unless you've invented the cure for cancer, or you have something which is going to save the world and make you millions of dollars without you having to have anybody else involved, then it's, in my opinion, I'm not a lawyer, talk to a lawyer before you do this, but in my opinion, you're almost always better letting that idea out into the wild, getting exposure to a bunch of different people who can help you make that idea happen. And ideas are really cheap. They're a dime a dozen. What really matters in this world is execution, how well you can do it. So even if you have a fantastic idea, if you can't execute, then it's worthless. You're here at Startup Weekend to put together a team around your idea that can execute. Don't worry too much about intellectual property law. Do I have to share equity with my teammates? And the short answer is, well, you should discuss that with your teammates right up front as to what you're going to do and how that's going to work. Remember that the golden rule applies. Treat other people as you'd like to be treated, and don't team up with assholes. If you just ask people, are you an asshole? Oh, I don't want you on my team. So try to make sure that your team is going to be a good one. And I would urge you, when you're going around and looking for a team, pick an idea that you're passionate about and that you really like. But even more importantly, pick a team that you think you're going to work really well with. That's even more important than the idea. How many investors here in the room? Investors, right? Any of the investors will tell you that what's the thing that they back? It's the team, the team, the team, and maybe then the idea. So look for the right team to be on. Can you use resources outside the room? Yes, if you want to outsource your development to that third world country called the United States, and you have some developers there, by all means, or anywhere else in the world, use whatever resources you can, pull out all the stops, gather whatever resources you can to make your idea happen. So by all means, do whatever you can. Remember that time is of the essence. You only have 54 hours to do this. Use your time really wisely. So we have some tools that we can help you do this with. One of them is Roman voting. So if you find yourself spending more than a couple of minutes arguing about anything, discussing any idea, anyone can say, okay, it's time to take a vote, and stick their thumb up or their thumb down. What that means is everyone else sitting around the table, everyone else in your group sticks their thumb out, either thumbs up or thumbs down, and whatever the group decides, that's the decision. You move on to the next thing. You don't have a lot of time to design your logo or argue about your company name or other stuff. You've got to go out there and build your system and get customers, and then do your construct your pitch in order to complete the weekend. Now, in New Zealand anyway, we're very heavy users of the lean canvas to help people organize their ideas. And once your teams form, we're sort of importing this from New Zealand to Australia. I'm not sure they've used the lean canvas here very much, but we will distribute these lean canvas pages, which I'll go through in a moment, to each team, and you guys can keep track of all of the attributes of your business using the lean canvas. Similarly, we're big on KANBAN. Anyone have experience using KANBAN Agile development? So those people will help you along with this, but basically, I'll show this to you in a moment. It's a way of really quick, easy project management to make sure that you don't get bogged down on any tasks. You're going to have loads of mentors here, and those mentors have networks, and you have networks, and your networks have networks. So if you do need help with anything, please ask a mentor. The mentor's primary job at Startup Weekend is to help you destroy any roadblocks between you and running business. That is the job of the mentor, to make sure that you guys are running through the process and to bring whatever resources to bear that we possibly can to help you along. So if you're stuck on anything, please see the mentor. If you don't know which mentor to see, then please go see Dr. Marcus Tan, who is our head mentor. Marcus, you want to raise your hand? Marcus is just over there jumping up and down. He's a fantastic guy. Like me, he'll be here the entire time for the entire weekend. So if you have any questions about mentors or you need some mentor resource, Marcus is the guy to see. So here's the lean canvas, and this is based on a couple of things. One is Eric Ries's The Lean Startup Methodology. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend that you go out and buy it. The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. And also another book called Business Model Generation. Some clever cookie took these two things together and put them together to a lean canvas. There's a great website that goes along with it, leancanvas.com, where you can make your own lean canvas and keep track of your business. So you can see the various categories of stuff behind you. And the idea with the lean canvas is you take your business and you define all of the various assumptions that you're making about that business. So under problem, you would document the assumptions about what are the problems that your business is solving, and what are the solutions that your business is going to provide, and so on. You go through this for each one of those attributes, and there's a little legend in the bottom left-hand corner there, which shows you which order you should do these in. And then what you can do is, for each assumption that you make, you can then define a scientific test to validate whether or not that assumption is true. And so you can apply the scientific method to building your business. And this has never been done before the 21st century. You know, people have built their businesses based on passion and hard work. And now we can actually use a scientific method, document our assumptions, test them, figure out what happened, and then iterate the business. And so I highly recommend that you use these. Your mentors will be asking you to show you their your lean canvas when they're coming up and talking to you. The KANBAN board is also a useful tool. What you do is you take all of the tasks that you need to do as you discover that you need to do them, and you stick them in the beginning in the to-do column. And then as you are actually doing each task, you take that sticky, that post-it note from the to-do column, and you pop it into the doing column. And then once it's finished, you pop it into the done column. And if you need help from a coach or mentor, you stick it into that column. And then you know exactly what's supposed to be happening when. And again, you notice that if things are backing up, if some tasks are just continually sitting in that to-do column, that you've got a problem, and your mentors will come along and hassle you and ask you, what you need in order to complete that task. Very handily, at the bottom of this KANBAN chart that each team will be receiving are the judging criteria. So if at any point in the weekend you're wondering what those judging criteria were, you can always look down at the bottom of the KANBAN board and see exactly what it is that you're driving at. So what's going to happen during the weekend? What is the course of events? So pretty soon we're going to be doing the 1-minute pitches. And then people, as you finish your 1-minute pitch, you'll go into the far breakout room in that corner of the room, and there'll be a couple of people there who will help you put together a poster about what your pitch was. And so you'll write down all of your stuff, and eventually when all the pitches are finished, the whole room will be covered in these posters describing what each of the pitches were. And then, once that is finished, people will go stand by their posters, and everyone else in the room will have 3 little stars that they will be given. Sam, have people been distributed the stars? Not yet. So Sam will distribute the stars during the pitching. But you can take your stars and you can put all 3 of them on one poster, or you can distribute them between 3 different posters. But the idea is to get an idea of which posters are most liked. And that helps in sort of narrowing down the pitches that people might want to work on. And then I will go around the room and start removing posters that don't have any stars on them. And then I'll remove the posters that only have 1 star on them. And then I'll remove the posters that only have 2 stars on them, so people can focus their conversations and try to figure out which teams they want to belong to based on the number of stars that are on those posters. That's the voting process. And then teams will form organically. And I'll give you guys like a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, to sort of go around and figure out which team you want to be on. So team leaders, the person whose idea it was, I want you to do really good due diligence on the people that are trying to join your team. And when you're going to join a team, I want you to do your own due diligence on the people whose team you're trying to join, and try to find the best match between what you're passionate about, the quality of team that you're joining, and the idea and the entrepreneur. Take all these things in consideration. And eventually, you can find a table, and that table will become your table for the rest of the weekend, and you'll be working with that group of people for the rest of the weekend. So this is like getting married. And luckily, it's only for a weekend, but it's like getting married. You're going to be stuck with these people for the whole weekend. So make sure that you put some thought into whose team you want to be on and who you want on your team. Once you have those teams, do your brain dump, start filling out your lean canvas, and by the close of tonight, you should have defined what your minimum viable product is going to be. So by the time you go home at 1 a.m. when we're going to close the doors, you need to have defined what your minimum viable product is going to be. And ideally, you will have begun planning out the customer validation that you're going to be doing early tomorrow morning. And so moving right along to tomorrow morning, the doors are going to open at 9. And you want to refine your MVP and come up with an elevator pitch to the point where you can go out into the street or make a Skype call or something of that nature. You can talk to people about your minimum viable product and get their reaction to it. And the sorts of, you do a survey, you can send out SurveyMonkey surveys, but we really urge people to get out of the building and into the street, go down to the Hay Street Mall or down to any place where there's lots of people, and ask them, if I had a product that did this, would you pay Y for it? So we want you to get reactions face to face, talk to people about what it is that you're trying to do and whether or not there is a real market demand for it. While some of the team are out doing that, others of the team are actually going to start building your minimum viable product. So developers will start coding, designers will start designing, and people will start writing copy, and everything will start coming together. But you may find that when your people that you sent out to do your validation come back, that your product actually isn't a goer. And this happens during Startup Weekend. You find out that you need to pivot. You need to do something else other than what you originally thought. And so you need to go back to the drawing board a little bit and maybe take the core concepts from the idea that worked and sort of morph them into something that matches more closely what you think the market was trying to tell you. You may want to go out and revalidate again. And again, you'll get extra points for this in the judging if you need to take a pivot and you revalidate. So go out and find out, do the same thing. You may find out that you need to pivot again. And some teams pivot so many times in Startup Weekend that we call it gyration. They're just basically spinning around. So you want to try to avoid that and try to hone in on an idea that's going to gain market acceptance. Because if you can't tell the judges that there's demand for the product that you're producing, you're going to get marked down severely. And, as someone who sees hundreds of pitches a year, I can tell you that a lot of people have not done a very good job of validating their market. And inevitably, either they can't get the investment or resources that they need, or their business isn't a goer because they can't sell their product to anyone. So doing that validation is really important, and that's what Saturday morning and early afternoon is all about, is shaping your product to what the market needs. So we'll have lunch at midday, and at midday we'll be going around and doing 1-minute pitches and calls for help. So each team will come up and do 1-minute sort of update of where they are, call for help, any additional resources that they need. Saturday afternoon is all about incorporating those learnings and continuing to build your product furiously. And we'll do another round of 1-minute updates at dinner time. And in the evening, you're starting to work on your go-to-market plan. You're bringing together your back end and your front end, and you're actually structuring your final presentation. Doors are going to close at 1 a.m. again tomorrow night, and you're going to be dead dog tired. But you're going to come in again at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, and the focus on Sunday is going to be all about putting your pitches together. I don't want you to leave this to the last minute. I want you to sort of have a plan on Saturday night before you go home of what that pitch is going to look like and who's going to be responsible for doing each bits of it, because that is what you are going to be judged on. We'll have a lunch at midday, and in the afternoon, we'll have people will basically be focused on working on their pitches, and we will have we'll have one mentor per team here in the room. They will be dedicated to you during that time to do whatever they can to help you polish your pitch to where it's the best it can possibly be. And then from 5 to 8 p.m., we'll be doing our final presentations. And then we'll have dinner. The judges and VIPs will come in at 4:30 and watch, and then we'll give away the prizes, and then we can all go home and get some rest. And then wake up on Monday morning, still buzzing, still on a high, and wondering where we're going to take this fantastic venture that we put together over the weekend, where it's going to go next. And so that is the basic sequence of the evening. Now, just before we get into the pitches, are there any questions? Anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask? Don't be shy. This is your chance. The final presentation pitches are 5 minutes long. So the pitch is 5 minutes, and we do stick to that rigorously like we do all other timings during Startup Weekend. And you will also have 5 minutes for Q&A from the judges. Okay, and then there's about a 1.5 to 2 minute changeover between teams. Okay. Oh yeah, you get PowerPoint during that. Yep, or whatever you want to use. So, but we highly recommend that you have some sort of offline version of your pitch ready as well, because the internet has a way of crashing at the worst moment. So be sure that you have an offline version of what you're doing, even if you want to display a live system running. That's entirely up to you guys. So a minimum team size is 3, maximum team size is 9. We have 100 people in the room. I'm expecting somewhere between 15 and 20 teams to result from that. It could be more, could be less, but I'm expecting somewhere between 15 and 20 based on previous experience. Yes? Okay, that's the question was, does the idea have to be something that you can complete in the weekend, or something that you might only come up with a prototype for? We'll leave that up to you. If you can put together a pitch that shows that you validated the concept, that you have an incredible business model, and that you've got a prototype that shows that you can do the hard bits of the thing that it is that you're trying to do, that could be enough to convince the judges that you're the winning team, and that all you needed some more time and some resources to complete that into a running product. But if a judge is looking at that versus a team that has a complete running product that's done one small thing really well and people are already paying for it and it's growing like Topsy, then they might win. So but we leave that up to you guys. We're not going to prescribe that. Other questions? Okay, so just to remind you what's going to happen now, I'm going to ask all of the people who want to pitch to line up over here, and you will have 1 minute to do your pitch. After you're done with your pitch, you go into the far breakout room where you put together a poster, And then the posters are going to go up on the wall. And then we'll do the voting after that. Yes, and in fact, if we can get someone want to volunteer to just take one-line notes.
Yeah,
of what
I'm handling the social media for startup.
Okay.
But I'm saying the participants so we can get it trending.
Right.
Just
Okay.
get feedback.
Okay, so you're taking notes on each one? Are you going to be tweeting them?
I'm
or
tweeting this.
each one? Tweeting's fine, you know, it's just in 140 characters. Good. So the what we'd like you to do is, okay. Are we ready to start now? Okay, so we're about to start. So if we can have quiet in the room, please. Please be quiet. Give these people your undivided attention, because you know this is their moment of glory. I would urge you, quiet, please. I would urge you, if you're wavering as whether or not to pitch, if you can't decide, you got an idea, you're not sure whether or not to pitch it, please do. This is the safest environment that you'll ever get to pitch. If you have a crap pitch that nobody likes, everyone is going to forget it by Sunday. On the other hand, if you do your pitch and people really like it, you could find yourself running a business by the end of the weekend. So if you're in any doubt, please do pitch. Now, I would also, those of you who are tweeting, if you see a pitch that you like, please tweet it and mention the hashtag SWPerth. Okay, so start off, this is really important, start off with your name when you're pitching. Quiet, please. I didn't know the Wazzies were so noisy. Come on, guys. So I want you to start with your name, the name of whatever it is that you're pitching, and don't forget to say what problem you're solving, how you're going to solve it, and who you want on your team. So without further ado, please come up.
Good evening. My name is George, and I catch a surprisingly large amount of public transport. What I find I keep doing is missing my stop, whether it's on the bus or on the train. So what I'd like to have is an alarm that wakes me up before the appropriate stop, so I don't miss it. Now, I know it seems like a trivial issue, but I really think it can make the world of difference. And ultimately, I think it's something we could get done this weekend. So to do this, I'm looking for some mobile developers, someone maybe familiar with Google Maps API, and possibly even a sexy designer. Right now, we are all on the train, and I hope that my pitch is the alarm for some of you to wake up and join me at Station Awesome.
Hey, I'm Simon. Basically, sometimes I think my life's as boring as batshit, and that's because I see everyone else doing really cool stuff like skydiving, car racing, or curling, and I think, wow, I really want to do that. So I write a list down, but I never end up doing it. So I want someone to come and remind me what the hell I'm supposed to do and when. So I want to write down these awesome things, and I want someone who provides the services to come and say, yeah, here, come and do skydiving, come and do car racing. It's kind of like a bucket list with someone to remind me when to do it. So I need some developers, front, back end, designers to design a really cool interface, and some marketers for validating. Cheers.
So I just wanted to add that you might want to take notes on these pitches so that if you see one that you like, you can remember who it was and whose team you want to join. So if you do have what with to take notes, I suggest that you do that. Sorry, next.
All right, my name's Aaron. I'm not a developer, and I don't know anything about graphics, but what I do know is a little something about sales, marketing, and commercialization strategies. I've been talking to a lot of small to medium businesses lately, and they've got a little bit of a problem in that they don't have a good go-to-market strategy because traditional marketing is based on expensive interruption. Not everyone can be on the TV or the radio or at the top of Google, and what they really need is to leverage off their networks, because we all know that our networks have networks, like Dave said. I think in the future that businesses will be found based on on either where they are, like maps-based services, or who's talking about them. And what I want to develop, and I need a team to help me do this, is a platform that's actually going to allow business owners to track exactly who refers who onto what transaction, and remunerates them for the inherent value that we all generate every day, connecting buyers and sellers through the likes of social media. My vision for this is to create a new benchmark globally for what will be, with rolling out of mobile commerce, a new benchmark for social commerce. Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Mitch again, Web 4.0. Woo! Okay, as you can see, I'm pretty comfortable with myself, right? Now, I wasn't always like this. When I was 16 and 17, I was probably the shyest person in this room. I couldn't even call up for a haircut. Okay, that's how bad I was. The only reason that changed is because I went and joined the military, and I met hundreds of individual people with their own problems, and I learned off them. I really did. I think that like this kind of stuff is a science. Being socially comfortable with yourself and acceptable is a science. And I think we can create something that can really help people in that situation that I was when I was in 16 and 17. We can have a mentor-based system, like a platform that mentors can talk to people that really need it, initially anonymously, and really get the information they require from these people. I really just want someone that can help me and has the same vision that I do to really create something that can change the world. My piece of paper is going to have a massive smiley face on it, so look for that one if you want to join up.
Hey, I'm Joel, and I've got about 500 credit cards, last count. I love credit cards because it not only gives me discounts and benefits, it also, I get to be treated like royalty. But sometimes I just don't remember which discount is linked to which restaurant is linked to which loyalty program is linked to which card. So I thought, let's get an app, all right? An app lists all the credit cards you have, the benefits, discounts, and so sometimes when you go to a restaurant, you don't have to embarrass yourself in front of your dates, all right? You can pull out the exact credit card that you need when you need it. I need developers, I need designers, Guy Kawasaki's Seth Godin's of Perth to join me in this venture, and we should see our first $1 million rolling in next week. Thank you.
It's me again. My name's Carl, Carl on Twitter. I look across this room at all these highly attractive suck-up people, and I think there's a lot of people that are quite like me. You want to learn more in your industry. There's a lot of great publishers out there producing great content on the web to help you learn all these techniques and skills. But unfortunately, a lot of those articles end up on personal blogs, or you have these big players that just push them down to the ground. What I want to do is create a platform for people to suggest topics that they want to learn about, let the community vote on those topics, and then let people who know about those topics come along, write articles, do screencasts, podcasts, whatever they want to do, and then reward those people by paying them for that content based on how well it does, how sought after that content was. And that's my idea. I'm looking for anyone who's interested in that, passionate about learning. Come see me. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Kevin. Love startups, been involved in a few exciting ones. First one I joined as a developer. 7 years later, Accenture bought us for $35 million. The second one grew within 6 months to 100,000 customers and $1 million a month in turnover. This weekend, I'd like to build a machine that predicts the future. I'd do this by creating a gaming platform where users are rewarded for guessing the outcome of future events. Think Ask the Audience on a grand scale. We would have a pipeline of future events to predict and a modeling engine to turn the gaming data into something useful. The business would make money by selling the access to the predictive power of the platforms. To build this, I need experts in social, gaming, branding, designers, statisticians, and probably a sysadmin, and maybe a lawyer. Just to tell me why I need a lawyer. Thank you.
So hi, can I start? Oh, cool. So hi, I'm Varun. I'm a computer science student from UWA. So when you want to order a pizza from Domino's, it's really easy, right? Click, and in a while, you see your pizza. Why isn't it easier to get your food on the general case, you know? I should be able to sit at uni, click a button, and get a kebab from Broadway just like that. Let's build an app, right, that creates a booking system so I can be at uni wherever I want to be. One click away, my food will be ready when I show up at the shop, right? I need developers, designers, and salespeople to help me validate the idea. It's going to be awesome. We'll focus on minimizing cost and maximizing volume, right? We want to make it as cheap as possible for everybody, and we want this thing to grow and grow and grow, right? I want my food to be one click away, right? And I know all of you do too. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Aaron. My idea is an online pop-up shop for indie fashion designers. Basically, new fashion entrepreneurs struggle with all the things that new entrepreneurs do. They've got to market, finance, and run their whole business, but they've also got to produce their design and produce their products. My idea is that there's a small store that's run for a limited time that shows a limited amount of products that they can put their show up there. Once that people place orders all through that month, and then at the end of the month, the designer is able to fulfill those orders and ship it based on the funding they raised during that month. For this idea to work, I need designers and business dev guys to validate it. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Brock. I'm just looking to do something, and it's actually quite simple, and I only need 2 extra people to do it. I'm sure most people here use Twitter or Facebook, and I'm sure that a majority of you would use Chrome as well. It's amazing that there is no sidebar in Chrome. There is no such thing. I've searched. It doesn't exist. So all I want to do is create a sidebar for Chrome which aggregates your Twitter and Facebook together so that you don't have to go into the websites themselves. It should be very simple. There is an open source app already that is basically a sidebar, but you kind of have to hack it into doing it because there is no API. All I would need is some type of JavaScript whiz, someone with knowledge of the Facebook API and the Twitter API, and then a UI designer, graphic designer, and thank you.
G'day, I'm Andrew. My boss is flying out to the US in 2 hours, and if he dies on the way, the plane explodes, I'm out of a job. So I need an app that can back up all his data, all his important information, all client files, client projects into a simple system where once a month he can click, bang, I'm alive. Then you're out. For a monthly fee, you store the data, and if you're not alive after so many clicks, someone gets sent the data and the company can keep running and I'm in the job. Thanks.
Hi, I'm John and I'm a developer. Basically, in terms of a large amount of gaming, we're talking war, board gaming, miniatures, cards and whatever else. There is a lot of organised tournament play, but not much in terms of competitive single-player play. Finding other people who are at your competitive level or better. And what I'd like to see is a system by which it helps you locate and organise games and keeps you on a ranked system alongside other players in whatever you want to play. I need developers, a UX designer, because UX usually sucks, and the other thing is business developers. In terms of a business plan to make this viable, I've been running into a wall even thinking about the idea in that terms. You look for the poster with a Space Invader on it. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name's Rob. My problem is everybody wants to do business with everybody and we all exchange business cards. What often happens is the cards go in the bin before the business is done and the connection's lost and the connection's dead. So my solution is a site quick.com, which is a smartphone friendly web page that we want to build, allows the users to share with the real world, their LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube accounts, so people can learn the real you. So the prospects can either scan via a QR code or a direct URL. This will be a simple URL that people can look up on their smartphone enabled phone. Then by clicking a quick connect, they're instantly connected to this person. And on this page, they can join themselves if they haven't done also already, and it will allow geotagging, time, date stamping. So why this is different, mobile.me is clumsy. It shows off user bump and Evernote. Hello, I'm running out of time. Requires users to carry the proprietary software. Quick.com will grow membership virally through organic connections. I'm looking for people that have got expertise in designing marketing.
Hi everyone, my name's Jack Casey, I'm a developer, and I suck at buying presents for people. So I figure other... Is it on? Sorry. I suck at buying presents for people, and I figure other people probably have the same problem. So my idea is a website you can go to which makes it easy to choose a present to buy for someone. Basically, it will ask you a series of fun questions, and it'll be nice and easy to use. Using statistical modeling and other magic voodoo, it can then give you a big list of items which you can then choose from and easily make purchases with affiliate sites. So the business model is via referrals, and it's yeah, that's basically it.
Hi, my name is Mohammed. My friends call me Mo. Every day I wake up in the morning, I see that all of us, we insure our everythings, our car, our house, our diamond ring, but we have missed the most valuable thing in our life, which is our time. So I'm thinking about the system that can assure and insure your time. So I'm calling it time insurance. And by a high percentage, I ensure that you use your time very effectively, and I plan it for you. And I just need people who, you know, their time is important for them, and they want to meet their plans, their goals in an appropriate time and, you know, effort. Thanks very much.
Hello, everybody. It's clear to me that my idea is very loosely defined, actually. But what I'm a marketing person, and I want to introduce or create an online space for musicians to collaborate. So you could take a guitarist in Perth, you could match him up with a drummer in New York and a bassist in Liverpool, put together this place where musicians can upload specific tracks of a piece of music and meet each other online. You could start in an area which could be known as the jamming area, where you can just pick and choose who you want to work with. When you've established a bit of rapport with another musician, you can move into the studio and you can practice that song, reworking it and tweaking it and discussing where you want that song to go. Once you've been through the studio for a few hours, you can move into the recording studio and eventually go on tour with your band. So moving through all those phases, collaborating with all these different musicians, you have this opportunity to form a band and write a song.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm an engineer. I've co-founded 2 startups. I have web development skills and business experience. The working title of my idea is Travel Time. Now, travel research gives me the shits, all right? The main gripe that I have is that the information I find on the city that I'm traveling to is often content heavy, mostly irrelevant, and usually fragmented across many pages and sites. My idea is to build a mobile-friendly web app that firstly cares to ask for the timing of your trip, and then use that information to wrap the entire user experience around your exact period of travel. Once you enter these criteria, the app will return only relevant weather information, seasonal activities, and major events. I'm looking for strong front-end web developers, database integration skills, designers, and social media experts. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm here to tell you about Year Capsule. One of the problems I have with being involved in so many social networks is that I'm constantly uploading status changes, tweets, Instagram photos, and checking in on Facebook. Yet at the end of the year, I've got no way of reflecting back on what that year looked like. With Year Capsule, I'd be able to log in, connect all my social accounts, and drag and drop my statuses, my photos, my check-ins, and music I've listened to and the news I've seen into an online scroll. Now, at the end of the year, I'd be able to receive that scroll on a nice high quality paper in a nice high quality time capsule that I would then either there and then or maybe in 20 or 30 years take that time capsule, bust it open and see what I got up to in years gone by. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex Jones. I'm a serial entrepreneur and consultant, and I want to build an iPad app to do quick break-even and viability testing for startups, financial viability. So I need some guys with business experience who have started some businesses, ideally, iOS developers, and some people who ideally have launched an app successfully, because I'd like to get this on the iStore this weekend. Thanks. Oh, it's Break-Even App is the name.
Good evening. Our problem is social media half-lives. Typically posts on Facebook, Twitter, social media, other social media things are lost in the noise and clutter of baby and cat photos after only about 3 hours. They're gone, forgotten, lost. My5 is a social recommendations mobile app that automatically aggregates all your social data and curates it into a beautiful just top 5 list. It's living, it's automated, and it's manageable. Be it an amazing YouTube video you watched or a mind-blowing photo that really made you stop and say, wow. My5 intelligently creates all of this into a simple top 5. My name's Nick, I'm 25 and I'm a social media junkie. I love social recommendations and social discovery. I am looking for iOS developers. Technical co-founder is key, and any designers who view the world through a minimalist lens. Thank you very much.
Is this tall enough? Yeah. Right, my name's Michael Harris. I'm here to talk about my idea, which is Find Me a Ride. Find Me a Ride is basically an online marketplace for booking rides. And when I say rides, I mean limousines, I mean taxis, I mean coaches, party buses. We've all done it. Trying to book them is a freaking nightmare. It's a pain in the ass. So this website, this app is going to solve all that. It's going to be great for ride hunters. They can come there, they can book a limo quicker, they can book it cheaper, they can find one that basically meets their needs better with seats. For ride operators, they're going to get targeted leads, they're going to cut out any necessary push marketing. It's going to streamline bookings. It's going to be great for them as well. Why it's a great opportunity? There's nothing like this in Australia at the moment. There's so many verticals that you could eventually build into. We can start up just focusing on maybe limos, some of the bigger ones. It's going to be a low cost to start up. I mean, I'm sure we can get it done this weekend. Think realestate.com.au, now think Find Me a Ride. We're going to make it happen. So many ways to make money, booking commissions, premium listing fees, banner advert placements, all sorts. I basically need everyone, developers, designers. Yeah, sure.
Hi, my name's Sam. I'm a developer, and I hate how difficult it is to tie all those little things online together. Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. It just needs to be easier. I want to build a website that ties all that stuff together and lets you show it how you want, where you want, without having to do any awkward little things with your inbox or anything like that. I want to build a product that respects your privacy and just gives you what you want, how you want it. I just need some developers for the front end. I'm not an art guy, I need a business guy, and some people who actually really care about back-end stuff and love tying things together would be great.
Good evening, I'm Dan, and I had my idea here on the journey today. So I've invented products and technology in the past, and one of the biggest problems I had was taking that idea and transforming it into valuable intellectual property. The biggest problem is the gap in between that process. I want to create a service called Innovation Clouds, whereby people can lodge their ideas over a prefixed timescale applicable to that project to give them initial protection to allow them to talk to investors, share their idea with business partners without constantly looking over their shoulder, worrying, is someone going to come and steal this idea? It's also going to be, in a legal context, an initial defense mechanism in the same sense as a patent would be. It's going to be a service which embeds a social element, so it's not going to necessarily be intellectual property in the traditional form whereby it's very cold and dark. This is a welcoming format. I'm looking for designers, programmers, marketers, strategists, and pretty much everyone who believes in innovation.
Every day I drive past this tennis court on the way to office, and I just wish that if I could find a person that wants to play at a particular time. So I was thinking that if I could put up a QR code, and then if I could scan it, and then there would be a list of people that would be matched up with my calendar, and then if I could select that person and suggest a game and a time. I know that it's quite a simple idea, and it's probably been done possibly in the past, but I'm sure that we can think up something clever. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jason, and I believe that great startups begin with an unrecognised truth. So here's one. All of our address books contain something in common: missing, duplicate, incorrect, out-of-date information. And here's another. Everyone hates cleaning up their address book. So my idea is that you can solve this problem by flipping it around, getting your contacts to update their information in your address book and in all the other ones that they're in. Our solution to this problem will be simple, it'll be smart, and it'll be secure like Dropbox. We will grow by giving users free accounts and by getting them to bring along their contacts with them. And we'll make money by charging for API access, because this will become the #1 platform for information management and identity management for developers. So come and join me, help me to create a solution to a problem that everyone has. The working title for the idea is Tactopus, so look for that on the poster. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Jason Lee Steer. So I really like my iPad, and for a lot of people with simple needs, it's good enough now to replace their home PC, except that this is a fairly scary thing to keep your important personal data on, especially things like photos and other memories. You can't back it up locally without a PC, and if you rely just on the cloud, it gets pretty scary. There's a lot of different ways things can go wrong. For example, if someone hacks your iCloud account, they can wipe your device and every backup that you have. So what I'd like to do is build a simple device you take home, plug it in, and it performs over Wi-Fi incremental backups and provides a few other interesting features. So, for example, you can access the data through on any platform with a web browser, so it's not locked into Apple's platform. Need a lot of skills for this, anything from web forms to web interfaces to low-level hacking. UI. All right, thanks.
Hi, I'm Anya. I'm the first presenter with boobs. So now that I have your attention, my business idea is Urban Spoon for beauty salons. Now, can I ask you to raise your hand if you ever received a professional manicure, massage, or haircut that didn't live up to your expectation? For me, it took many butchered haircuts and sloppy massages before I found a beauty salon in Perth that I like. And I don't think another woman or gay man or straight man should ever have to suffer through that again. And that's where Urban Spoon for beauty salons come in. I need designers and developers. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Luke, or Luke John on Linux and other open source mailing lists. I like diving. There's a lot of divers out there with disposable incomes. Divers currently have paper dive logs, and there's not a lot of good resources of dive sites online. I'd like to put together a pretty simple platform for people to have dive logs and track their dives. And I'm looking for people who like a platform that's dynamic, changing, and pretty outgoing. Cheers.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel. So I want to introduce you to a problem that you've all had. There's something out there that you're interested in, but you just haven't done a single thing about it. You know, that could be for whatever reason. Usually because you perceive the risk of asking them out is just too high. And there's some situations where it's at the greatest. You want to ask a coworker out, but you're too scared to do so because you don't want to damage your relationship. You're in high school, you want to ask the most popular girl out in the school, but it's social suicide if she rejects you. You're gay, and you want to ask that guy out, but you don't want to yet come out. So my startup is to solve that simple problem. And it's simple. We create a database, and you can send in to the database that you like someone. This could be through text message, could be through a Facebook app, through an iPhone app, and it matches. And if the other person also sends in your name, then it matches you together and simultaneously sends that to both of you. And then the game is on. So basically, to get this started, I need designers and developers. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Ken. I'd like to have a quick show of hand. Who doesn't like being stuck in a traffic jam? Yeah. So I'm here to solve a problem. Our website is called social carpooling. So why do we do it now? People are familiar with social, and people trust social, and people want the options to when traveling from A to B. The technology is freely available to share now, like Google Maps. You are able to put in directions, get your trip planners and stuff. How will people share a ride? People will share a ride by putting in their plan, and takers of the ride will actually search and match up as close as possible to their rides. The incentive for the people who does this will be badges, how much carbon they have saved, and the ranking for a period. Who will pay? The companies who want to be carbon neutral, or the takers will pay a subscription. And who I need? I need 2 developers and 1 designer, and anyone who wants to play a part in reducing our footprint on this fragile planet. Thank you.
G'day, my name's Kel. I'm a Sagittarius and I like long walks along the beach. I don't know how many of you guys have actually just worked in non-for-profits or charities, but it's really hard raising money. One of the ways a lot of people do it is charity golf days. And you find that a lot of the workers are behind the scenes doing a hell of a lot of work and they don't get to have any fun. What I'd like to do is solve this by having the game day for the golf charity. So what you're able to do is you've got a map, you figure out where you are on the course, you figure out, okay, this is hole 4. I have to hit 1 foot. Oh, I stuffed that up, I'm going to buy another ball. Boom, boom, I donate another $2, get another shot. So this is really a way to contribute back to the community. What I need are preferably hot chicks, smart people, and an Irishman to blame if something goes wrong.
How you doing, guys? I'm Rob. I'm an accountant, and this is Elle. She's an analyst.
And our idea is Oz itineraries. So it's basically an itinerary planner for people visiting Perth. So it'll be either an interactive website or an app where people can input their arrival and departure dates, fill out a quick survey about their likes, dislikes, and their budget, and basically it will generate an itinerary for their stay.
And what they can do here, you could market it out to tourism companies and send direct links and make it a pay-per-click type website. And it pretty much just needs some web developers and designers. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, my name is Mal, and my startup's a mashup between rsvp.com and Groupon, and basically it's dating for the cheap. One of the biggest causes of problems in relationships and the breakups of relationships is money, disputes of money. So let's get the cheap to hook up with the cheap and get things off on the right start. And how it works is that the first dates have to be with a coupon. So I was thinking of some sort of affiliate income with Groupon and other kind of group buying sites. And that's it, basically. Thanks.
Following on that theme, I'm Alfred Lowe, second one that's here apparently this weekend, and I'm a cheap ass. Now, all of us get loyalty cards here, right? And I collect hundreds, and my wallet gets really big. So, iPhone app, scan this in. We'll sell the app. It's free for everybody to download, and we'll sell it to retailers and they can put their codes in. And I'm looking for developers, front end, back end, and marketers. Thank you.
G'day, my name's Nick Sargent. I'm an entrepreneur, an engineer, and I wear many hats. Now, what did all these little geeks want to be when they were growing up? They wanted to be an astronaut. Now, by most metrics, the phone in pretty much all of your pockets is over 1,000 times more powerful than the Apollo guidance computer. It's got GPS, it's got a good camera, and if you connect it to Optus, you get good coverage in most of the country. I want a phone. What I propose is I'm selling kits and an app that lets you launch your phone into space. You can set up, it takes photos, you get the curvature of the Earth, you see the darkness of space. It's a great educational exercise, and it is awesome. I need Android developers, because probably iOS won't let me do it, Apple sucks, and other like nerdy people that are inspired and want to do some awesome revolutionary stuff. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Martina. So a lot of these things are based on apps and internet and everything. I'm just going to take it back to basics. We're coming throughout to summer, and everybody wants to go to the beach, and most of you guys would drink water. So I was just thinking of taking the vending machine to a next level, where every time you buy a bottle of water, you charge the same amount as the local store or whatever would charge, but then when you go to the other side of the vending machine, you could put it in and you get, say, 20 cents back. And that way you keep the environment clean, and so the government is happy and you're happy because you got money back, so that you got more for the next bottle. And you can start off with the beaches and then expand to shopping centers, schools, everywhere that has vending machines. And you can expand past, just water. You could go into, for example, Red Bull loves those fancy things, so whatever can be recycled, yeah, that's my idea anyway.
Hello, it's me again, Colin. My idea is to, I'm actually going to say the first swear word today, tax. Everyone hates it. Everyone hates mentioning the word, everyone hates listening to it. It's completely obscene. My idea is to revolutionize internationally tax returns. We work in a world of computers where computers print things out for us. We take the prints, we go back home, we lose them, they're in our wallets, we have to enter them back in and then send our tax returns back into the tax office. I want a system where it goes from here to my database to the tax office. I don't have to enter anything, I don't have to lose anything, keep anything. I need a system where it basically is all computerized, whether through an app or this application needs to be rolled out worldwide to every cash register, or in fact just get rid of the cash registers, let's use iPads and just put it all up into the cloud, pull it down when we need it. Taxman, thank you very much for my return. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Leo, a computer science student in Curtin University, and currently I learned that a lot of guys you're working on iOS or iPhone program. So my idea is I will write a spite and collect all the information, related information, and store them in my database. So if you guys have any problem, you guys go to me, and I will charge you guys. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Arvan Dwiga, and up until recently I was a uni student. So these are very unpolished ideas, so bear with me. But if you walk around uni campuses, everybody's trying to sell books or whatever they have on notice boards, and they kind of stick all these posters on there. And I think that's pretty crappy way to do it. So my idea is we can have a Gumtree for uni students that's walled off, so we can use Facebook to authenticate them and like their uni addresses or something of the sort. And a way to make money from that is like real estate agents who have rooms for students and all that. We charge them to post them up, but for students it's free. So we get students to use it for free, and any commercial businesses that want to sell anything to students, they pay for that. So yeah, that's it. Cheers.
Right, is there anyone else with an idea that they want to pitch tonight? Was anyone keeping count? 42. That's good. It's a good number, 42. The meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Any more pitches? Come on. This is the best place you're ever going to pitch. Excellent. Come on up. If there's anyone else, please queue up. This is your last chance.
Hello, my name is Mark. I just walked in off the street. So my idea is to produce a augmented reality app for an iPad. I'm a horticulturalist. I don't even own an iPad. But my idea is that current landscaping tools are two-dimensional, or they're three-dimensional but they're animated and poorly. The idea is that to produce a augmented reality app through the iPad, and I need someone to tell me that they can measure distance and depth, depth in order to drop three-dimensional images of plants in there. The other link that my background is, they currently produce now wholesalers, it'd be an industry app, and the wholesalers produce databases of plants which are currently the, sorry.
G'day everyone, my name's Will. I've actually started a small business before. One of the biggest pain in the butt is keeping track of how much money I've spent, what my budget is, and finding that again in 3 months' time when I've got to do my pay-as-you-go statement. So there are a few other things as well. Compliance. When you have a proprietary limited, you've got to do these pesky things and you always forget until too late and worry, ooh, is that problem? So the idea of this business is really a MYOB in the cloud that's pretty cheap and charged per head. That's it.
Hi, my name's Scott. I hadn't planned on doing a pitch tonight, so this has just come to me right now. My idea is called Mine Guys. We've got a whole bunch of guys in WA and Queensland who fly up to mine sites for 3 weeks at a time, make heaps of money, come back and have a whole week off, don't know what to do with themselves. My idea is if you got guys who they're not sure what to do, they can register on the website and say, I'd like to play, I don't know, go-karting, mini-golf, tennis, things like that, and they can tee up. The website can tee up, okay, there's 5 people who want to do go-karting, that's enough to book around. Okay, let's meet down there, it's the social networking, meet at the pub. Eventually you could push, do speed dating nights, things like that. Anyway, that's my idea, and I'd just like to, I guess, meet people who like the idea and be able to help with, I guess, teeing up sponsorship deals, things like that, to try with various companies promote their products and so forth. All right, thank you.
All right, are there any more? This is your last chance. Going once. Going twice. Okay, 45 pitches. I want you to give everyone who pitched a huge hand. Put themselves out there. So you may have noticed that there were a few themes which came out of that, and I would urge people who were working on similar themes to team up with each other and do an even better job together than they might have done trying to compete with each other. So that's where we are. Now, how many people do not have their little sticky stars or stickers? Okay, so Sam Birmingham is going to be standing in the, where are you, Sam? In the far corner of the room. He's just over there. You might not be able to see him. He's got all the stickies. If you don't have them, please go and get some from him, and then go around the room and stick your dots onto the various posters. And over the next sort of 15 minutes, just look around, read them, figure out which ones you want to do, which ones you like. And then once you've had a good pass of the room and you put your dots on and you can see which ones are sort of gaining traction, start thinking about which team you want to be on. And then over the next 15, 20 minutes, interview people, ask questions, and so on. And then in the next half hour to 45 minutes, start making decisions about which team you really want to be on. Now, before we move on, mentors. How many mentors are in the room? Okay, I'd like all the mentors to go into the vault, into the mentor room, and there's going to be a mentor briefing in there. And so please do that now. And while everyone is going around and sticking their dots on, the mentors are going to be having their briefing. So off you go. Good luck. And we'll see you back here in about a half hour to 45 minutes. Cheers.
Oh, mate, you come across. Look, 45.